What happens when a person, a woman, is empowered? We have compersion. Whether you are monoamory or polyamory, you will know no envy, jealousy, spite, or revenge. Compersion, although it's used primarily within polyamory couples, is not only applicable within that dynamic. It is when you are happy for someone else, even if you're not involved in that happiness. And when you know of empowerment, it's because you have a inner child that is not broken away from the restorative embodiment, and just you being able to be present within your mind with the left chit chatter, and that's our verbal part, comes online at age of 2. I'm attachment trauma informed, besides being a 5D mystic in the Enlightenment Soul age group, and I'm a functional adult. But I'm also that lovely woo-woo, because some people, they don't believe in mysticism. That's okay. I'm also pseudoscience, because the same people are those sciences based, the ones who are educators, the ones who know how to use data and what data means, which is there are no proofs of everything. And no, that's not how it works. It's quantitative, and it builds up in time, and then they can continue to revisit. So smart people use their official brain to do discernment, authority, to stay centered, because they know how to handle their 0-1-year-old, attached, panicky, 3 to 7, shame, submissive, their freeze of all ages, their flight 11, 12, and their fight 14, 15, 16. So nobody's on Elsa's journey. Nobody's on Pinocchio's journey with ears and a tail off of that island or on that island. And nobody is a Cusco. They're all people who are Pachas. And a Pacha is an inner child who says, I'm going to be me and you're going to be you. This is called secure attachment human being with a differentiated self human being with integration of the brain capacity. It's called I'm going to be self-aware of myself and you, other, me and other. Thank you, Daniel Siegel, for all these acronyms. And I'm going to differentiate as we're regulating based on each other's nervous system. But see, I'm present. I'm in my prefrontal cortex. I'm curious, I'm open, I'm accepting, I'm loving, because I'm in my higher social engagement system, because I, empowered woman, have no trauma charges lingering. What that means is whatever's happened to me from my subjective experience of my child self, I'm not bringing my karma to you. I'm doing dharma actively. You'll notice it when I treat my neighbor who spits in my face with this. Okay, obviously you're upset. I think I'm going to go now. Or who knows, it might be like, oh, wow, okay. Bye, and that's about it. It depends what happens. Hopefully there's no physical need for me to run away, like, oh my gosh, because spitting, there's people who have this, I forget what it's called, but it's an actual thing where they curse all of a sudden. They're just going to start cursing in your face. And I remember learning about it. I'm like, so don't they just let people know, hey, guess what, I have this thing, that way and most people are like, they didn't know how to answer my question. They found it an odd question, and I was like, I would have asked, and I would ask if I ever meet a person. I'll be like, you might want to say, hey, I don't want to label myself, but FYI, this is what I have, which in case for any reason I just start cursing in your face, you can know why. So I find it very great to tell people who you are. So I'm going to say a healthy self-worth human being who has this thing, they're not going to feel that they're pathologizing themselves or that they should be ashamed of their self. So they're going to say, this is what I am. Like for me, I'm a 5D mystic, enlightenment, solo polyamory, functional adult human being. If I have to use words to explain, I don't like to label myself, but I will make sure people know who I am, because I know some people won't want to be around somebody who loves more than one person in a more than just special way. Yeah, they think we have cooties. FYI, cooties, I think that's still the word. Yeah, so again, let's go back. Empowerment is when you're not ashamed of yourself. And that's because your inner child is actually with you, which means you're a decent person. It also means politically, religiously, philosophically, subject matter, expertly, all of this intellectually, basically. Yeah, we're going to have different opinions. I'm going to enjoy my actual conversations with you if you're open-minded. Now, if you're Cusco and you start getting in your low self-esteem, indirect communicator, passive-aggressive, don't know boundaries. In fact, you will show me exactly how you don't know them as you begin to get not passionate. I know passionate. And I know it because the people who do, they're like, I'm just getting passionate. And then we keep on talking. So a person who, as I'm present, they're going to be present. And we're recalibrating and we're wanting to have a safe environment. So together we're wanting to be, like Ice Age, Diego, Manny, and Sid. They raised the little child all together. And they all have weaknesses and strengths. So they come together as a herd and they do pretty well. That's where our lovely 5D mystics, we expand our oversoul. We don't have sagas or drama. We have compersion. Okay, so let's get to our topic so that we can make sure to cover the basis of when an avoidant discards. So an empowered woman will not find themselves feeling discarded or rejected. So we don't actually have this thing of becoming addicted. No, because we own our brain. And so I know that when you'll break up with me, like it has happened with my teenage boyfriend and other boyfriends before I moved into polyamory status, I was like, yeah, I'm going to process this. In fact, the other boyfriend, one of them that I got in a relationship with at first, I didn't want to get into a relationship. I was like, I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm still working to process the person prior to you. But, things led to 4 years of being a great couple, and now we're family friends, which is even more great because, see, he's emotionally healthy, and so is the wife, and so are the lovely teenage boyfriend with the lovely partner of now. So we get to be all friends, yay, because I'm not a closed-minded human being. And that's for real, because anybody else who keeps wanting to use the whole X, not X, then again, I am solo poly, so I do relationship anarchy because why labeling my loved ones? You're actually dehumanizing them, for one. You're objectifying people. I know, I'm thinking you're putting a price. Oh, I forgot. And you're creating a hierarchy. We also do relationship non-hierarchical because nobody can be like you. See, you're unique as I am. We don't need Elsa's journey to figure out, oh, show yourself. Oh, look, it's me I've been looking for. I'm a 3-year-old. Aren't you a 3-year-old? It's as straightforward as it gets. So empowered women, we're not going to go and be like, yeah, sure. Go to the person and let me talk about how awful you're doing right now. Don't you want them to do better? Don't you hope they find a good therapist? Don't you hope they understand what's going on with inside of them? Because it's torture when somebody has trauma. It's not funny. Attachment wounds, trauma charges, and anything that is related to the maladaptive child behaviors is not a competition. I see people using words and it's almost like they don't understand. No, wait. They're the squirrels from Cusco land. Yep, I forgot. Not only are they on Elsa's journey, they're the squirrels from Cusco land, and some of them turn into Ursulas. Yeah, the 4D mystics. Okay, so let's get to our topic again. When an avoidant discards, we don't get discarded, then they friend zone. We're happy they friend zone us, by the way, and they commit to someone else. Well, we hope that they're happy, and that's exactly why we're going to be like, you know what, I'm so happy that you're going to move on. I'm going to process what's happening, and that's because I know that I'm going to process the breakup, because again, it's common sense for an emotionally aware, accountable, and objectively, I have feelings, not I'm highly sensitive or not sensitive. Okay, so an empowered woman, already as a teenager, I remember all these women, all these girls, as we got older, I'm different, I'm the black sheep, it's like, okay, at a certain point, I'm like, you know what, I think we're all saying the same thing, but I don't think any of us are different, and then again, we are. And so again, when you get discarded, you won't understand, because when you're a direct communicator, you will want to have a conversation. So let me organize this. As a teenager growing up, luckily, I was unaware of how to build relationships, right? You learn how to. So I got to have my relationships that were, okay, we're going to be boyfriend, girlfriend. Then as I got older, I'm like, I don't want to use those words. They sound like I'm a kid. I'm not a kid anymore. And I don't even know where you're going to head tomorrow. So really, we shouldn't be using words. We should allow intimacy to build. And so first, you need to be emotionally available. So the number one thing as you get older, depending on what age you are, once you're done with the whole boyfriend, girlfriend thing, and whether you're monoamory or polyamory, you're just like, okay, we're going to date, we're going to explore, right? That's the part that there are people who get confused. I didn't get confused when people began to do the in and out of the people that I was interested in. And my lovely twin flames, like, okay, I'm being put to the side, I'm being friend zoned. Oh, look, they're with somebody else. Okay, now I'm like, okay, here's great for you. And obviously confirmation for me, I'm not the one. And I get to keep on walking that path of love. That is very straightforward. So we appreciate all of the experiences. And with the attachment trauma information, now it's even more straightforward that I can say, wow, I'm an emotionally available person. So the next time I ever have somebody go quiet on me, I know they don't want commitment with me because, I'm healthy self-worth. They're going to go want to do unfinished business with somebody who has something that they have, which is called emotional unavailable stuff. And then they can go to Terry Real or Patrick Tiahan or any great therapist if they want, or not. For us, we get to grow relationships with the people who have healthy self-worth, and that's because they won't be doing the in and out and confusing behavior. They'll be speaking the truth.